2 years ago, almost exactly to this date, I realized one of my biggest personal callings, and that was to publish a book. That was quite a journey for me, from that initial excitement of saying yes to writing the book. And maybe you can relate to me on big things that you've said yes to. There's that initial excitement. And then it didn't take too long before I started getting into some of those feelings of frustration and sadness over, do I have what it takes? Am I good enough to actually make this happen? To then feelings of hope and kind of that inner belief that, yes, I think I've got it. And then transitioning to, oh no, I can't do it alone. I'm going to need to get help. And then to surrendering to get help. And then really that biggest progression was to, for me, that deep inner commitment that I can do this and I'm going to do this no matter what it takes. And I'm going to do it with happiness and excitement for the goal, for the vision of having this come manifested. So now here I am, 2 years later, and I have recently sat down to reflect on this journey of publishing the book, this journey of the book getting into the hands of hundreds of readers, to getting beautiful feedback from people on how it's really giving them some powerful insights in their life. It's truly touched my heart how things have unfolded. And in this reflection of what happened 2 years ago, one of the things that I sat down to look at was my own personal radiant achievement journey. And not just from when I was writing and publishing the book, but my journey since then. Like, how have I shifted? Who have I become? How am I showing up in the world? And one thing that I really noticed is that there were these obviously things of the to-dos, right? It was very easy to see all the actions that I've taken, not just during the 3 years of writing and publishing the book, but since the last 2 years. And it's easy to see that because I have my paper planner and a bunch of manila folders that are filled with to-dos and tasks and things checked off and things highlighted. So I can see the thousands of achievements, the many achievements I've made along the way. And I also can see those fun, unexpected achievements that I call the synchronicities, where I've received unexpected support, a random answer, some divine guidance. I have all of those, or many of those, documented in my journal. I love capturing those synchronicities. They truly fuel me. And I noticed as I reflected that there was one very significant thing I did and that I do in my radiant achievement journey that I really wasn't giving a lot of acknowledgement and credit toward. And it was truly when I looked back and sat with everything that unfolded for me these past couple of years and with the book, I really need to give credit to this in a big way. And this is what I want to share with you. Stillness. I allowed myself many, many moments of stillness in this journey and in my ongoing journey. And there is so much power in it. And I want to share with you some of the power that I am experiencing in my life and how you can have some of this in your journey of radiant achievement in your life if it's something that you're not experiencing today. So there's 3 things I want to share with you. First, this was a key element, moments of stillness, where I sat quietly just to be, allowed me to shift out of that frenzy that I sometimes did feel as I was under the timeline of the book, or commitments that I had made, whether it was to my coach or to the publisher. And it allowed me to step more into flow. And if you've been watching me at all, that I'm all about ease and flow. So those moments of stillness allow me to go into flow. And it also, in doing so, helped me avoid the burnout. Because when you're in frenzy, you're pushing, pushing, pushing. And I could see when I started to get in those moments. But flow calmed me back down, allowed things to move more gracefully, and got me out of that burnout, or avoided that burnout. Secondly, stillness, taking moments of stillness in my day. And this is outside meditation, by the way, and I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end, but it kept me grounded and centered in my body wisdom and not just in my head. How often are we living here? I was one who just lived in my mind all the time, disconnected from my body wisdom. So a big part of the power and the synchronicities and the ease that I experienced is because I was tapped into such a deeper and bigger reservoir of wisdom and support when I was in stillness. It was amazing, and it continues to be amazing for me. And then the third thing is that it really helped me to realign, make adjustments in my thoughts and beliefs more easily and more quickly. Because in these moments of stillness, I could observe myself and what was going on. I could observe my thoughts. I could observe what was unfolding in front of me. And I could then see what would allow me to get back to flow, to get back to ease, where I could let go of something that was a limiting belief. It truly helped me course correct thousands and thousands of times. And it does still to this day allow me to make changes and shifts in a very ease-filled and graceful way. Because we're all going to have those obstacles on the path. That's just part of it. We are growing and evolving as we are achieving those incremental tasks and milestones on our path to whatever it is that we are bringing forth. So we may think of stillness as doing nothing, kind of that checking out, and that's really not the case. Stillness is about pausing that external activity so that we can, again, go inward and connect with that deeper wisdom. We can engage with that deeper wisdom from our consciousness by being conscious of it. Stillness also is about being fully present in that moment, with your listening with your body, or listening to your body, and also listening to your heart. There's so many times we just ignore what our heart is telling us. And then also listening to our intuition. There's such a big reservoir. Stillness is not inactive. It's active, but in a very deep inner way. So this is a very, very powerful place to be. And it's truly one that we are not taught to use. Like, culturally, we are not taught to be in stillness unless we're taking a nap or going to sleep or resting. We've just not been taught the power and the benefit of that. And I truly want to inspire you and really light you up to let go of some of that old conditioning and to really see and embrace stillness as a day-to-day activity. And I want to tell you that my personal biggest growth and insight moments have occurred in moments of stillness, by stepping away from the doing and being present with myself and my inner world. it allowed me to I've had so many aha moments. And if you saw my journal, even just the past 2 weeks, it would blow you away with how many things come to me when I'm sitting in stillness. It's like sometimes it is this divine download that I get. And I know when we start a goal, when we have some project, a passion project that we're doing, it's natural that we want to get into that go, go, go mode, right? We're excited and we're focused and we just want to move forward. Like our ego is super revved up. Let's just name it for what it is. The ego's revved up. We're fueled up like that race car and with that excited, polished driver behind us. And we just want to rip around that track. And yes, there's time for that type of activity and momentum. However, that's not the whole journey. Even those race cars come in for pit stops, right? Where the car is just sitting there being taken care of. That's a similar, maybe simple analogy to what we can do for ourselves. And I will say, let's own this too. It is truly one of the toughest things that we can do is to actually be still in our day. And I'm saying this is outside of meditation time. This might be some moments of stillness when you are like, feel you're kind of pushing to walk away and just to be still, 5 minutes, or moments of stillness before you start the next big task or the next big meeting, or before you need to have maybe a tough conversation with somebody. Or again, just moments of stillness to let that inner wisdom come to you. Plan that into your day. It is so tough. I totally get this. In our fast-paced world, we don't want to be still. We don't want to reflect, and we don't, want to let that inner guidance take over. But there's, again, so much power when we allow ourselves to be still, tap in, get the messages, hear our heart, hear our intuition. We all have that inner wisdom. Let it take over and give us some of those beautiful messages that can come to us with ease. So one of the next things truly in this journey is to recognize that we've been falsely conditioned, that it is the doing that is all linked to the progress and success in life. It's actually in our beingness that we are able to find our true joy, peace, fulfillment, and yes, even achievement. So my dear friend, as I wrap this up, my invitation for you today is to spend more time in stillness as you journey toward your goals, dreams, desires, and callings. Plan it into your day, throughout the day, whether you start that way, end that way, or sprinkle it in between. I encourage you to put at least one block in your day. In doing so, you may very well find many of the same benefits that I did and continue to do. The synchronicities, the flow, the peace, and the inner energy, because you're not working so hard. And it truly guides your life and your achievements from a whole new level. So I would love to hear from you. Like, where are you now? What rituals or habits do you have in place already regarding stillness? And what opportunities do you see to bring that in even more? And then lastly, I would love to hear some of the benefits you've already experienced in your life, whether it was planned stillness or unplanned stillness. I know sometimes people recovering from a cold, they have these major breakthroughs happen. And I would love to hear what some of those moments of stillness that have occurred in your life and how you've had some beautiful benefits from them. Okay, my friend, that is all for today. I'm sending you so much love today and always. Bye for now.